played with this enough. Okay, let's find ourselves in a seated position. Let's roll the shoulders back and start becoming more present here. And take a breath and take one arm across your chest and hold it with your other arm. It's a nice, easy arm stretch. We're going to look away from the extended hand. And back to the center. Let's switch, bringing the other arm across your chest. And down, and let's get into our cactus arms.
Christina's here.
Hi. Hello?
You're also being
Hello.
recorded,
Oh, you can hear me. Okay.
by the way.
Yeah.
Now we can see you.
Hold on, wait.
Nice.
How do I?
Okay.
Well, I mean, don't hold on for me. You could continue. I'm on my phone. I haven't used. Is this right?
Okay.
Go, carry on as if I'm not here.
Okay, we're going to continue without her. Okay,
Fantastic.
so you're bringing your arms into cactus. Taking a few breaths here. So this is like it's not just holding your arms here. This is also like lifting your chest a little bit and slightly lifting your chin. So we're going to do this a few times since Renata had requested a heart opening sequence. Okay, good. And down, just looking left to right, stretching out the neck.
Come on.
And then we're doing a seated sun salutation. So this is where we lift our arms up into high prayer and bring them down to the heart center. Just a couple of these. Good. Okay, so now we're going to go into a tabletop position. Just neutral on your hands and knees. Getting used to this. Maybe wiggling your hips. And then we're going to come up to kneeling and then over to an assisted side swing. You're extending one leg, taking one arm directly underneath the shoulder, and then lift your arm up and over for a big stretch here. A couple breaths. And then raise your torso up, and we're going into gate, which is the other way. Come back up to kneeling, and let's go more to the other side. So extending the other leg out, and lifting over. I like those geese.
I know, right?
Like we're outside.
And lift back up and go into your gate on the other side. And back to the extended assisted swing. Okay, and then back to tabletop. So you're going to tuck your toes, and this is going to be our first down dog of the day. You're going to lift your hips up and go into our downward facing dog. And since this is our first one, you might want to pedal out your feet. Get yourself a little more comfortable in this position. Okay. Now we're going to lift the right leg behind us, three-legged dog, and then step it forward into a low lunge. Take a couple breaths, looking forward. Then lower your left knee. We're going to go into a crescent cactus lunge. So lifting the arms up, and your chest and back are going into that cobra-like position. Hands go to frame the foot. Tuck your back toes, left back knee, back into that low lunge. And step the left foot back, forward fold. Halfway lift, and back to fold. Urdhva Hastasana, lift your hands all the way up and open to cactus. All the way up and then still all the way down. Halfway lift, hands from the feet, step or hop back into downward facing dog. I'm going to pause in a plank position. So moving forward into plank and then lower onto your plank on your elbows. And then lower your chest all the way down. Let's pause on the ground really quick. Taking a couple breaths before we do this all on the other side. Okay, tuck your toes, press back up to plank, and then downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, step it forward, low lunge. Looking forward, lower the right knee, cactus, crescent lunge. Back to low lunge. Step the right foot, forward fold. Hands, you have a feet. Sometimes I mix up my feet and my hands. Feet are together. Knees are together. We're going into chair. We're really sinking down, arching your back. Okay, hands frame the feet. Stepping back, lower down in your chaturanga if you like. And then upward facing dog. Couple seconds. Tuck the toes back, down dog. Lifting the right leg, three-legged dog. Now we're gonna bend that right knee. You're gonna try to start stacking your hips, and we're going into wild swing. So you're gonna let that right foot fall into the floor behind you. So it's sort of like a plank with a assist. Your right hand is going behind you, sort of kissing your chest and back. Okay, flipping it back, up to our three-legged dog, and then stepping it forward. Step that right forward. We're going to roll the arms open into warrior two. Looking forward at your right hand. Peaceful warrior. We're going to peaceful warrior. Float that left arm down. Okay, and then we're going to get into side angle. So the right arm, forearm is going to go onto your thigh. The left arm goes up and over. And then we're going to bring that left arm behind you. We're going to make a bind. So your left arm's going back and around and grabbing your hip. Your right shoulder is away from your neck, opening your heart, chest area. Maybe try to face your chest upwards. Okay, come out of that, back to peaceful warrior. And so you're gonna extend that right leg and we're gonna come down, reaching that left arm to the sky. Okay, coming up, both of the toes are facing straight, hands in high prayer. This is our star pose. Bring the heels in and the toes are facing out in a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands down, big old squat, and then we're gonna rest our elbows onto our thighs just for a second, opening up the hips. We're gonna grab that inner thigh area and we're gonna do shoulder dips. So we're gonna drop one shoulder, looking to the side. And let's go the other side. Good. Face those toes, the right toes back out. Let's go to our warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Drop the back hand. Come up to a low lunge. Step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Forward into plank. Bend your elbows. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And back to down dog. So we're lifting the left leg. Three-legged dog. Step that forward. Low lunge. Take a couple breaths here. Plant the right foot down. Warrior two. Right hand floats down, left hand comes up, peaceful warrior. Side angle. Use left forearm on your thigh. Bring your right hand up. Let's go for that bind. Bring the right arm up and around behind you. Grab your thigh, grab your hip. The peaceful warrior. Go to triangle. So straightening the left leg. Dropping your hands down, reaching up with the right arm. Both toes point towards me, star pose. Bring in the heels, the toes are pointed out. Big squat, shoulder dips. Back up to star pose. Turn your left toes out, warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Low lunge. Okay. We're gonna place both hands onto the ground, really firming into the ground and going to our three-legged dog. I'm gonna pause here just for a little bit, taking a couple breaths. So we're gonna do a wild thing on each side. So you're lifting your right leg, bend the knee, hips are opening, letting the foot fall behind you, and lifting your arm up and over. Coming back to downward dog. Over onto the other side. I don't know if I missed this on the left side. You're lifting. Okay. Oh, we can do this now. You're bending your left knee, opening up the hip. Let it fall behind you. My right arm's a little bit injured, so we could also do this on our forearms. So I'm gonna be on my forearm. This is probably why I missed it, because I didn't want to.
That makes sense.
So we can be on the ground here. So the forearms on the ground, and you can put your knee on the ground too. You have your hip open, and it's sort of like a half tabletop, half wild thing. But it's still getting that chest, back, heart area opened up. Okay, back into our tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. Step or hop to the top. Forward fold. Halfway lift and fold again. Urdhva Hastasana all the way up. And then Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, now we're gonna go into some balancing. So you're gonna lift one foot. We're going to our royal dancer. You can grab that ankle. And depending on how stable you feel, extend forward. And down. To the other side. Whenever you're ready, extend. And down. I'm going to do eagle on one side. So you're going to lift the right leg, right knee, and wrap it around. Or you can just put it on the opposite side of your foot. Squat down, bring your hands out. Right hand goes over the left. And cross the front. Good, and come out. Back to the forward fold. Then we're going to take our peace fingers, the index finger and the middle finger, wrap them around your big toes. I'm going to do a halfway lift so that our backs are getting stretched, and then bringing our torsos down to a fold. Elbows are out. Okay, come back up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's do our eagle on the other side. So the left foot, knee comes up, wraps around the other leg, squat down. Left hand is on top, wrap, elbows are stacked. Good, and come back up into a Tadasana. Urdhva, hands up, looking up, and forward fold all the way down. This time we're going to slide our entire palms under our feet. So if you need to, you can also bend your knees for this. I'm going to slide the palms underneath and hang over our legs. Okay, take your hands out of your feet, out from under the feet, coming up. Going into our mountain pose, Tadasana, knees and feet are together. Going into chair pose, hands are coming up first, and then come down to prayer in front of our heart. We're gonna do revolved chair, so we're sitting really like as low as you can. And let's first hook our right elbow over the left knee. Revolved chair. And you can try to keep your torso and your left leg in place. And we're going to go into a revolved lunge by just stepping the right foot back. Almost. You can try it again by taking your gaze down. So let's try this one more time. So you're hooking the right elbow over the left. Just look at the ground, look at your left foot, and then step back. See if that helps.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, good. Nice, revolved lunge. Okay, now we're gonna take out the revolved portion and just take our hands down to frame the left foot. Just normal low lunge. We're stepping the left foot back into downward facing dog. Stepping both forward fold. Now we're doing this on the second side. So hands come up, or bring your arms up, and bringing them to prayer, sinking down into our chair, arching that back. Left elbow hooks over the right knee, revolved chair. Shift your gaze to your right foot and step your left foot back. Revolved lunge. Let both hands frame the right foot. Low lunge. Bring your hands all the way down into the mat and step back into downward dog. Okay, let's bring this to the ground. You're gonna bring your knees down. We're on a tabletop position. And we're slowly coming up to kneeling. We're kneeling. Okay, so we're gonna go into a half camel. So we're taking one hand, let's take the left one, placing it onto your lower back or onto your heel. The other hand comes up. Good, bring the left hand, if it's not on the lower back, bring to the lower back and then come back up. Let's go to the other side. Right hand on your lower back, arch bringing the hips forward, slowly lower onto your heel. Left hand comes up, hips are forward. And back onto the back, and slowly come to tabletop. Let's just do a little bit of a hip roll to ease our back out of that. Okay, and then we're gonna sit on our heels for a little bit. So we're coming from kneeling just to sitting down. Let's take a little bit of time to do our vocalizations. So we're doing ah sound. Inhale. Ah. Next is our O sound. Ready? Inhale. O. Last one is the humming sound. We're lifting our hands up and going Good. Okay. Now we can put our hands in front of us, slide them a little bit forward, and then we're going to slide our hips all the way back. Child's pose. We did a good amount of vinyasa. We're going to do a little bit more floor work here. Come back up, and we're going to flip over onto our back. Our knees are bent, our feet are on the ground. Supine bent knees. Good, and we're going to do a figure four stretch. So you're just taking the left foot up, crossing it over the right knee, reaching for behind your hamstrings and bringing this over to your chest. This is our hip opener, and it's also going to be easing our back. And release down, uncross that left foot. Let's bring the right foot up, cross it over the left knee, reach far behind the hamstrings. Release and then cross. We're going to put both feet on the ground, the knees are bent, and we're just windshield wipering the knees left to right. Let them stack over to one side. Let's start with the left side. So stack them on the left, hold them with your left hand. Bring your right hand out. Look towards the right hand away from your knees. If you want to do a deeper stretch, you can extend the left leg long and then bring the right foot over. That gets a little bit of a deeper spinal stretch. Back to center. Let's bring it to the other side. So you can stack our knees over onto your right side. Hold it there. If you want that extended right leg for the deeper stretch, bring the left arm out and look left. Back to center, come back to the supine bent knee. Bring the knees to the chest and then spread them out wide. Reach between your knees for your feet for happy baby. If you want, you can start rocking as well, left and right, massaging out that back. Okay, back down. Let's go up into our shoulder stand. So we're gonna, well, first let's do bridge. So let's lift our hips up and down a couple of times. Okay, lift one leg up. Let's see if we can do this bridge. You lift the left leg, let's start with. And then lift your hips. See if we can do that. Couple breaths. Good, and down. Do the other side, lifting the right leg up and lift your hips up. Good, and down. Okay, let's do a bridge with your hands underneath your lower back. Good, and down. And who's up for wheel pose? Anyone want to do that? What? You want to do wheel pose?
What is it?
The one where you have your hands right by your head, then you lift it all up.
Try.
I could try.
I could do half wheel.
I
Good.
think you did it.
Good, nice. Okay, so now we're going to go into our shoulder stand. This is where you lift your hips and both legs are extended up.
Oh. There's too many rocks under my tongue.
Okay, yeah, no
Ow.
problem. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I get,
Okay.
yeah. Carpet would be.
Okay. Okay. So let's go into fish. So this is where you have your hands stabilizing by your hips. Your shoulder blades are closer together. You're lifting your chest and your head, so the crown of your head is on the ground. And come down. Flip over to the stomach side. Bend the knees. Grab the ankles. Lifting up. Bow pose. Good. And release. And I think we have like 10 seconds of Shavasana, so you can lay down. Take a couple breaths. And let's slowly come back to an easy seated position. Let's end our practice with a couple breaths together. Inhaling up, exhaling down. A couple more. Nice. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.